In this video, I want to talk about the frequency of money and how to tap into the frequency of money so that you can attract 100 times faster. In order to understand the frequencies and attraction, we have to talk about the law of vibration because everything is based on this primary law, since law of attraction is a secondary law and the primary law is law of vibration. According to the law of vibration, everything in this universe is vibrating. You are vibrating where you're sitting, the phone that you're using, everything is vibrating. And when two things vibrate at the same frequency, they attract. So let's think of this. When somebody calls you on your number, right, and you speak to them, what they're doing is they're calling your frequency. They match your frequency by dialing that number, right? When you turn on TV, what TV does is whatever channel you choose, it dials the frequency of that channel. And as you change the frequencies, the TV changes the frequency, it dials, and you get to see different channels. Similarly, you tune into the frequency of FM radio in order to listen to FM. And if you want to listen to AM, you do have to do that. You have to tune in. So similarly, if you want more money, you have to tune into the frequency of more money. Now, the question is how to do that. And that's what this video is going to answer. So when we talk about the money is already here. It is on a frequency. Nothing is created or destroyed according to science or religion. So everything right now is already here. You just become aware in your imagination. You start to have this desire that I would love to have more money. So all that happened was you tapped into the frequency. You went on that dimension and you saw that in that dimension that you are having a lot of money. And you're like, I would love that. So now what you're doing is you are transmuting the energy. And you're bringing the reality from 4D, which is your imagination, into your physical reality. And all you're doing in this process is transmuting the energy. That's all you're doing. You're not making money. You're not earning money. You're not creating it from scratch. You're just transmuting the energy of money. Okay? So what starts to happen is that when you start to see yourself with that money, you operate on that frequency. You start to, your body, when you're thinking, when you're in your imagination, when you're actually imagining, your body now is vibrating at the frequency of that money. And you start to attract that money from the quantum. And at the same time, when you're doing that, your mind doesn't know the difference between real or imagined. So your mind thinks it's happening in real, and it starts to attract, it starts to make you do whatever is required. So it starts to think this is your reality and you have to act in alignment because this is your reality. So for your subconscious mind, it doesn't know that you're just imagining. It thinks it's happening right now. And then it impress your body, because your body is literally following your mind. Whatever you think in your mind and whatever you feel, it manifests through your body. When you're getting very angry, your hormones get activated, or when you're scared, you have these goosebumps coming up. Like all these things, what you feel is manifested through your body. So when you're in that feeling, you start to act accordingly. Now, in all this equation, the thing that caused a bit of problem why 95% of the people struggle to manifest what they want is that they cannot stay on the frequency long enough, right? So their frequency keeps going up and down. Their frequency starts to get dictated by what's happening in their physical reality, what's happening in the outside world. So when they see the current reality is different from what they want, they start to get worried, and they start to have this fear kicking in and anxiety, and all of a sudden they are not on that frequency. But the question is, why is it happening, and how can we stay on that frequency so that we can become a clear channel to attract what we want? And we can do that by reprogramming our mind and changing the way we see ourselves now, and changing our identity and what we are conscious of being, rising in consciousness today. And the magic question to do that, to shift your identity, to accept the new reality about yourself now, because it's already here, it's just on a different dimension, and you're transmuting it into your physical reality. But you need to accept it mentally first, right? Because once it's accepted by your subconscious, it will happen in your physical. But you do that by starting to ask yourself, how do I really see me? What do I think of me? Who am I? Who am I? What do I think of money? What do I think of me being abundant or not? What do I think of my life? What do I think of my success? Do I consider myself successful, or do I see myself as a failure? Do I feel like I start things and I don't finish things? Or I always finish things because I'm determined and persistent? Do I see myself as a high achiever or a low achiever? Do I see myself as ordinary? Because the way you see yourself controls you 98%. So the how is how you see yourself. So when you start to shift your identity, you can tune into that frequency long enough and on a consistent basis, or all the time, and you become that version of you who has already done it, because you start to see yourself differently. You start to have a different perception of yourself, and that's when you become a match. That's when you are a vibrational match for what you want. So the key is to start seeing yourself differently, start to peel off the label and identities that have been given to you, and start to really embody that identity of success. That means you are now feeling more successful. You are now walking as a more successful person. You're talking with a lot more confidence and conviction. You are expecting success. You know it's coming. You are going and taking action with unwavering faith. It's like you're going and receiving it. Like when you have the Amazon parcel and the postman knocks at the door, you don't doubt. Just open the door and receive it. So you are taking action and receiving with unwavering faith that it's already here. And when things don't reflect what you want, you still know it's coming, because that's the bridge of incidence. That is how it's all happening. So you don't question, and your energy and your frequency is not at the disposal of the outside world. And when you tune into that, when like TV does it, that like the TV tunes into different channels, when you tune into what you want, you become a match. And that's when it becomes inevitable. And you, on autopilot, do whatever is required to manifest it. You don't even have to try harder. And that's the power. I'll see you soon.